What if your doctor handed you a prescription that said, and I quote, "rub crocodile fat on your head"? You'd probably find a new doctor. But 4,000 years ago, in ancient Egypt, that was the doctor. And somehow, these people built the greatest civilization on Earth. So today, we're going full deep dive into the actual, real, documented medical cures of ancient Egypt. And trust me, it gets way weirder than the crocodile.
Ancient Egypt gave us pyramids, mummies, and the concept of writing. But they also gave us medical textbooks, real ones, filled with cures that will make you question everything. Today, you're going to find out what they used for headaches, infections, hair loss, and even surgery. Stick around because one of these treatments, one of them, actually works. Drop a like if you want to find out which one. First, let's set the scene. It's 1550 BC. Egypt is the most advanced nation on the planet, and their doctors, called SNU, are genuinely respected, trained professionals. They had medical schools, medical ethics, medical records. One of those records survived. It's called the Ebers Papyrus. It's 68 feet long. It contains 700 remedies. 700 remedies! And when scholars translated it in the 1800s, they expected groundbreaking science. What they got in...
Now, here's where it gets interesting. Ancient Egyptian doctors used honey in over 500 of their 700 remedies. Eye infections, skin wounds, intestinal problems, surgical dressings. Honey on everything. Modern medicine is sitting there like, okay, actually, they weren't wrong. Honey is genuinely antimicrobial. It has hydrogen peroxide, low water content, and a pH that bacteria literally cannot survive in. In 2007, the FDA approved a medical-grade honey product for treating wounds. The FDA approved something in 2007 that Egypt figured out in 1550 BC. Think about that while you sit in a waiting room for 45 minutes to get a prescription for something Cleopatra was putting on her lunch. All right, we were doing so well. Let's ruin it. Got a toothache? Bad tooth pain? Ancient Egyptian doctors had a solution. Take a freshly killed mouse, mash it into a paste, sometimes mixed with other ingredients, and press it directly onto the sore tooth. Just apply mouse. Now, why? Why a mouse? One theory is that mice, with their constantly growing teeth, were seen as symbols of dental regeneration. So the logic was mouse equals strong teeth, therefore mouse on tooth equals strong teeth. This is the ancient version of rubbing a trophy on yourself so you can win. It does not work, nobody thinks it works, even they probably knew it didn't work. But if you were in enough pain, honestly, you try it too. Here's something wild. In ancient Egypt, medicine and magic weren't separate things. They were the same thing. Every prescription in the Ebers Papyrus came with a spell to recite while applying the treatment. Because the Egyptians believed disease was caused by evil spirits or angry gods, and medicine alone couldn't fix a spiritual problem. So your doctor would show up, mix your remedy, and then chant an incantation over you like the finale of a wizard movie. Official, licensed, paid medical procedure. And honestly, this isn't as dumb as it sounds. Modern medicine has confirmed that the placebo effect is real. Belief the treatment is working physically accelerates recovery. So the spell wasn't superstition as a replacement for medicine. It was superstition as medicine, running in parallel. These guys were accidentally doing mind-body therapy 3,000 years early.
Ancient Egyptian doctors did heart surgery. Not open heart surgery, but they understood the cardiovascular system better than almost any civilization until the 1600s AD. They knew the heart was the center of circulation. They knew blood moved. They tracked the pulse. And for heart health, they prescribed raw onions, eaten daily, which sounds like a weird old-timey superstition until you learn that onions contain quercetin and organosulfur compounds, both of which are documented to reduce blood pressure and improve circulation.
So ancient Egyptian doctors prescribed cardioprotective vegetables based on observation alone, with zero knowledge of biochemistry. Meanwhile, in 400 AD, European doctors were still explaining disease by saying your 4 body fluids were unbalanced. Egypt was already retired before Europe figured out basic anatomy. Okay, forget everything funny for a second, because this one is actually incredible. The Edwin Smith Papyrus, another ancient Egyptian medical document, describes 48 cases of surgical procedures. Broken bones, head injuries, dislocations, tumors. And the treatments are shockingly modern. They describe suturing wounds with needle and thread. They describe immobilizing fractures. They describe examining a patient, listing the symptoms, giving a diagnosis, and then saying, and this phrase is directly translated, an ailment which I will treat versus an ailment not to be treated. That last one means this patient is beyond help. Do not attempt surgery. That is triage, medical triage, in 1600 BC. These weren't witch doctors. These were physicians operating in a world without microscopes, without chemistry, without x-rays, and somehow arriving at conclusions it took Europe another 3,000 years to reach. The mouse paste was still back though.
And finally, the cure you came for. Ancient Egyptian doctors prescribed beer for over 200 medical conditions. Stomach problems, sleep issues, pain relief, dental issues, fever. Beer. Medically prescribed. Egyptian beer was low alcohol, thick, and full of B vitamins and lactobacillus bacteria. Basically, a probiotic protein shake with a mild buzz. It was genuinely nutritive. It genuinely helped. Your ancient Egyptian doctor could, with a straight, professional, medical face, look at you and say, "Take 2 beers and call me in the morning." And that was a real prescription. If that's not the greatest sentence in human history, I don't know what is. So there you have it. Ancient Egypt gave us math, architecture, astronomy, and also mouse paste on your teeth. They nailed honey, onions, surgery, and beer. They fumbled the crocodile fat. Probably. Here's your comment question for today. If ancient Egyptian medicine was your only option, which of these would you actually try? Drop it below. The mouse paste answers go in a special folder. If you want more videos about history being absolutely unhinged, subscribe. New video drops soon. And remember, somewhere out there, a future civilization is going to look back at our medicine the exact same way. Let's hope they're nicer about it.